How's it going, guys? One sec. I hate when tea's not hot anymore. So disappointing. Alright, so as I said, as I promised, I am going to review Opeth's second to latest now, because it just came out with one. But what was their latest album? Watershed. Now, how appropriate that the window is right in front of the window. Sorry. Alright, anyway. So nice gatefold here. Very cool. It's got a gravestone there, a guy standing. As you can see, a guy standing here at a grave. Right here. Can't really read the gravestone. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it is in Swedish. Because, yeah. And then right here, most likely you cannot see that. But it's got Roman numerals. Or something to that effect. And I can't read those because I'm an idiot, so. And then here's the back right here with the really creepy looking dude and the track listing. So each sleeve is decorated as well. The fruit of our labor has perished in this something of contemporary society. That's what that says. And this says, "Dear friend, a little token of our appreciation." Picture. I've gotten to a place where I believe that this album is a meditation on death. A meditation upon death. If you look at the artwork that goes with it, if you know about the what Michael was going through at that time, here's this. Which, once again, when I say stuff, it could easily be bad information. But I believe that at this point in time, Michael Ackerfeld, I think, maybe pronouncing it wrong, or saying completely incorrectly, but I believe his grandmother had just died. I think she'd been hit by a car. Could have made that up. But I really do believe, just after listening to this album for a few times, and for a while, this is the first album I'd heard by them, and I listened to it non-stop for a while. I was really into it. And I really do, especially after looking at this again. The faded pictures, the gravestones, the talk about the fruit of our labor has perished in the something of our contemporary society. And I feel like that's saying, that's sort of a thought, like the realization that photos, pictures, they mean nothing to those who cannot recognize them. They may as well be ghosts, they are ghosts. They're, a picture is like a ghost of a dead person, almost. Alive, and you see something, you see a being, but I don't know. I feel like that's what's supposed to be portrayed there. I may be incorrect. But that's my interpretation of that. So, on to the music. This album is, in my opinion, the darkest of their albums. And appropriately so, seeing what I believe it is about. This is probably the heaviest track right now that's playing. Very dissonant intros, you could hear the dissonant chords. And I feel like it's a struggle, it's like a fight against death almost. Sort of you can't accept it. Non-ability to accept it. And essentially, this album seems to me like he has left the progressive, the prog rock stuff that he's been messing around with, and he's decided to actually delve into jazz and into classical as well. And you know me, I'm all about some jazz and classical. So I hear those influences and I'm all about it. I'm doing the thing. So my brother's in the room now, so I can't think of anything that I was gonna say. And now he's lying on the floor. I'm not even. Can you just go out for a minute? I can't think with you staying lying there. But yeah. Definitely some more of that soloage than in the previous record. But I don't feel like it's gratuitous, gratuitous in its nature. I feel like it's there for a purpose. It's there for a reason. Though that is debatable, I guess, because, it's just sort of a solo. It's not like it was put there as an expression of angst or something, or to communicate a specific idea for its song. But as you can hear, they do have oboes playing, which is very classical in nature. You don't hear oboes in many other genres, though they are in other genres. But they have maybe bassoons. Clarinets, bassoons, oboes, I get them mixed up. I love this riff. Just everything is put together in a very strange, bizarre way. Very dark, very bizarre, very complex in process. And I like the transitions, the dynamics are extreme. And I think it's intentional. I think it's intentional, these dynamics. A lot of people say, oh, this didn't flow like their other albums. The transitions were just so smooth and stuff, and this is just... Well, maybe the artist just didn't want it to flow like that. Maybe he wanted it to be choppy. Maybe he wanted the transitions to be sudden and the dynamics to be extreme. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want it to sound like a traditional rock song. Maybe that could be it. Just, and the acoustic guitar riff with the electric guitar solo over it. And then they'll go straight back into death metal again. After this. And he tricked you, because you thought he was going to do that for another, 3-4 times. And he didn't. Alright. And he didn't. He just tricked you right there. So, it's just, it's sort of a mindfuck, for lack of a better term. And he does this many times throughout the album, though it does mellow out later on. And, there are just many good tracks within this. Many good tracks. I feel like the album you will not appreciate if you do not listen from the beginning to the end. Now, there was a bonus track. Derelict Hands. You can omit that, because that track's pretty much crap. They just threw it on there because they wanted to give you a bonus track. It's really, in my humble opinion, subpar. And it just takes away from the rest of the album. Because then you're like, oh, well, where the hell does this fit? And it doesn't, because it's not intended for the album. It sucks. Sorry, that may be a little strong, harsh. That's my opinion. I'm thinking the album from Coil, the first track, to Hex Omega, the last, is a close. Beginning, end, close. It's shut. said and done. And that's the album. And you need to listen to the whole thing with a good pair of headphones on and let it just sink in multiple times to appreciate this album, in my opinion. Alright, I am probably out of time, so goodbye.